Everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears, Season 3, Episode 55 with me, Sid, and we're over here at Shino's dig site starting. I'm just putting another quest in now. I know he wants to make a mob farm. I would argue that he already has. Damn it. So what I need to do is kite them over here. Come on. Swoop in, grab that. Damn it. And then swoop back over here. Come on. I want my spears. Come here. Give me. There's some unpleasant drifters down there. But yeah, this definitely already is a drifter farm. Oh, damn it. Without a shadow of a doubt. See, that was a nightmare drifter. You can tell because it took 3 shots. I think that's them all. Yeah, so worthwhile looting these guys because I've already had 1 temporal gear. I thought I heard somebody land over there. Not a good big one though. This is only going to get harder, and unfortunately we can't bring Shino's for some reason. Oh, I can't pick up Shino's Night Watchman. Now I don't know whether that's a ownership thing, because it needs bringing down a bit. Basically, it's doing no good where it is. But you know, we've got some stuff after this. But more importantly, we're almost doing another thing. So I'm working in the vertical. Shino and Gran have been working in the horizontal. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. Let's just get these last two chunks done. And now we've hopefully got those guys under control. We should be able to finish this up fairly quickly. So for me, I like to come... Oh, no, there's still more. I like to be able to just come down and run vertical shafts down to the mantle, or as it would be bedrock if we were playing Minecraft, but of course we're not. So the issue we have with it is this stuff. Basically, the quarry doesn't break them, so as a result, you have to chisel it. Now that wasn't too bad because it was only a single thing. I need to... It's only a corrupt. So we quickly do these. Yeah, so... I can come in here, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just keep doing these coming down. Once you've got one to bedrock, it's very easy to just keep expanding this. Sorry, mantle. Must use the right jargon for the right game. So, let me get this done, and then I'll show you what Shino and Gran have done above now. This is a massive undertaking. I honestly think Shino's mental. But look, you know, we're in this huge hole, and this, I mean that. I think that's the 5th, or it's either the 5th or the 6th one that I've kind of dropped down. This is this is the space they want to clear out. All the way to mantle. I just had chili sausages, and as the nature of spicy food, it's made my nose a little bit runny. So I'll try to keep this brief. Yeah, this is huge. I mean, just getting this lot down. They found a dungeon over there. We found another dungeon over there. This guy needs a dropping. I mean, I could probably break that and he'll drop down, and that might give me, it won't give me cover right down there, but it will certainly help over here. And in terms of the stone that's being mined, well, let me just contribute to this little pile here. This is all andesite, by the way, so I don't think we're going to need any andesite on the server ever again. So you've got all of this, or comes around like that. All of that is pallets of stone. I mean, it's not the most pretty, but then you've got another pile over there. We've got another pile of it over here, and yet another pile of it, which is actually much more neatly arranged, over there. And we've barely even scratched the surface of what we're doing, so going to be huge. Anyway, that is enough wallowing around in here. Let me go very quickly. That one is almost full. Let me find somewhere to stash that. Will you take some of that? You take a little bit of that. What can we... We'll take those back. I put those in anyway, so they were from a bell that I discovered down there. So that is that. Let's head over to Southtown, and I'll show you what I've done on the flying pig, and then we can get on with other stuff. I'll see you in a moment. Alright, I've just quickly slept the night off so we can look at it in the daylight, although it looks bloody good at night as well, I must admit. So flying pig is now done. I have finished detailing the banner. Well, I've finished wearing and eroding and breaking it and giving wear and tear to this bit here. I've thrown a few bits in. I've thrown a few of these barrels around and crates. Obviously we've got all of this. These are supposed to be powder bags, so that's there. We've got crew quarters in bunks underneath here. Again, more barrels, more things. Just a couple of temporary bits and pieces, and that is largely it. I could probably go at this for forever. You know, this is the kind of thing where I could be finagling and detailing and doing all sorts of things. You know, I've chiseled a lot of these edges here, and I can't remember whether I mentioned that on the last one, but you know, I am very, very happy. I realistically need something to come off of the bottom here, but I've really got nothing. And I haven't got the right pieces to go up there, I don't think. I'm fairly certain anyway. But yeah, so the flying pig. Oh, and I added brass plaques to the side with names, so it is named now. The flying pig is named. It is punk friendly, so anybody who doesn't have an angel belt can still get up here using that ladder there. I'm wondering whether I should kind of over here maybe, just towards the back, actually build an airship dock, which is kind of a tower with a mooring thing, so that can come in and dock at the thing with the thing. While I am here, because I've been picking fruit left, right and centre because it keeps coming ripe, and if you don't get it, you miss it, it's gone. You know, that's it. And the oranges are ripe. God damn it. Or at least this orange tree is ripe there. I think there is mileage in, I think Shino was saying that realistically you shouldn't ever need more than 1 or 2 trees because we're snided out in fruit. I will be probably I may just make orange juice actually, but I may squeeze this. This is a possibility because I'm going to have to wait for some stuff to cook anyway. But that is, I think, that one is got 12 days before it's ripe. That one is ripe in 3 days. There's some more pomegranates ripe there. I've had enough of pomegranates that have been going in my head in. Yeah, it's a little bit overbearing with all this fruit about. So yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, let me finish up here. We are going to head back to my desert base and we're going to investigate 2 things today in the ceramics industry. We are going to investigate porcelain, and we are going to hopefully have a look at the most expensive glaze out there, gold for it. So that is going to require powdered gold, powdered titanium, or powdered gold and powdered white lead, or yeah, it's white lead or powdered zinc oxide or powdered ilmenite. We've got lime, we've got that, we can do that, that's easy. We can do borax, and that we are going to make that we heat that to make this. That is grinds into that, and then we can use that to make either clear gold or milky gold. Clear gold we can use to glaze things, and once that's done we can dry it, and then we can cook it. We can cook it, and we can take and then we can put a pattern onto it, and that will dry, and then we'll cook it and we'll get a gold planter, for example. That's not exactly what we're going to do. That's quite a pricey recipe, but let's go back and let's start the process, shall we? I will see you back over there. Alright, so we're back in the thing. I do need to very quickly, have I got a little bit, haven't I? That's fine. I need to cook up this. Let me just take 8. That will hopefully be enough. So I did call off at the pottery trader on the way back and picked up some pink clay, which I've also got pink dye now. So there's my pink dye, there's my pink clay, there's my barrel for whatever pink glazes I ever do, if I ever do. What I'm missing is pink block, which is that. Now let's have a look at porcelain. So there are several colours of porcelain. We can do snow white, and we can make snow white porcelain things, which is fine, but why is boring? So what about lavender? Because lavender's purple. Basically it's just purple with a little bit more of a bent on the thing, and I know a lot of people like purple, so using light clay and purple clay and bone ash and powdered granite. Now bone ash is actually accurate because porcelain is made with bone ash. I have worked with porcelain once before now. I would never recommend working with it again. It is the most vile material to work with. It's clay. How do we put this? Clay is nice. It moves nicely onto the hand. It's not too sticky. It's not too, it's just nice. Porcelain is the equivalent of trying to work with discarded chewing gum. It is sticky. It is just horrible. If you've never done pottery and you are thinking of doing pottery, please take my advice and just stay well clear of porcelain. It's vile stuff. I mean, to You don't have to take my word for it. You could always go and find out the hard way, but I guarantee it will be the hard way. Right, so I need what light clay, because I don't think I've got any white clay. Nope. So we're going to take one of these barrels of white. Oh, I actually got. I've already done it. Beat myself to the punch. So there's our light clay. And I've got my purple. We've got purple over there. And over here is purple clay. We've got plenty of that too. So that's all good. So first things first, how do I do bone ash? Well, let's have a look. Bony ash is made by grinding sterile bones, which is made by cooking bones. But it makes sense, doesn't it? So let's go and make a whole load of that and things. Incidentally, fruit trees are virtually all grown. There was a few died, so I've chopped up the stumps of the ones that didn't make it, but we've got lots of fruit trees around. So the orchard is starting to look good. What is missing is the shed, but we will get to that. Right. Bones. V50 fum. Grind the bones to make my bread. I wonder whether you can make bread out of bones. I mean, you know, it doesn't actually make a great deal of sense, does it? If you could. But let's go make some sterile bones. I'll just do a full stack. I've got no idea what is a good number, but we'll do a full stack. And while up, that is grenadine. So I'm going to grab you and I'm going to put you in the cellar. Slow down. And then we'll get another barrel. We'll work on this orange and we'll get those squished down to size. Let me just place you there. So that's fresh for 6. Why is that so low? It's really not very fresh for long at all, is it? You know, I've got red currant wine, 3.5 years. Cider, but this 61 days. How are these doing? Oh, they're dehydrated, so we can... There's always something to be doing in this game. You come down and you find out that the fruit that you processed last time is dehydrated, and this was the good stuff because it's breadfruit. So that all needs processing. I don't know about the rest. That looks to be done. That's not dehydrate. That's still drying. But we'll need the space for the orange once we've squished that. I think these must have different aging categories. It must have been a different batch because they're not stacking together. But that's fine, because that and that will all go in there with all the other dry fruits. Need to do something with that. Do I really want 50 bottles, or do I just tell you what, let's do this, because I think seal. Didn't I? I'm trying to remember whether I did. I thought I'd. Oh, it's probably upstairs. I didn't bring it down. Right, let's have a look. Because I also did this, which is breadfruit ale. I am very tempted to try and put some of this into bottles because, you know, ale. Never a free moment. 59. Yeah, I'm going to have to stick those into bottles, aren't I? Alright, let me get that done while that bone meal cooks, and I'll also do some squishing of oranges, I think. So I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, well I just realised that I made a goof because the breadfruit had dehydrated. Hadn't finished drying. Dehydrated is the squashed, is the dried, which was things. So the pomegranates were finished, the breadfruit wasn't, so I fixed that. And the bone ash is unfortunately one of those things that where you have to cheese the system by heating the stack up to close to temperature, having some tongs in your hand, and then you pull out the stack and you start feed them in one by one. Otherwise, what happens, and I'll show you if you haven't seen this, is it goes up to temperature, it cooks, it does its thing, and it goes back to 0, which of course is how temperatures work in real life. We all know that if you put 3 things in a pan and heat it up to 100, when the first one cooks, the other 2 go back to 0, and they're perfectly safe to handle. Sorry, being facetious. So yeah, this is a bit of a pain. There are ways to speed this up with multiple fireplaces, and you can go pop, 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 and just keep them in there. But for what I'm doing here, this is reasonably straightforward. Plus, I'm waiting for that cauldron to cook. So yeah, we're doing stuff. Yay! So I'll be back in a short while. All right. Well, we've done the orange syrup now. We've now done, I mean, that used nearly 32 charcoal. You couldn't do it with wood, by the way, for anybody who was screaming that you can't do it with wood. The temperature required is 1000. Wood only burns at 700, so yeah, that explains a lot. But we have got plenty. I mean, charcoal is not in short supply. And we do have a set of tongs which we keep in the kitchen for this very purpose. Now, let us just double check. So for this I need bone ash. Oh, it's 12, I thought it was the 8. It's the thing that's cheap and I can get loads of is there. So powdered granite is made by grinding crushed granite, and crushed granite is made by pulverising granite, surprisingly enough. And I just happen to have a block of granite, so I can get me stubby and take that down. I think the majority of my granite that I have in my storage is chiselled, and I don't know whether I'll be able to pulverise that or not. So, you know, why worry about it? Let's just go make myself a whole load of crushed granite. And we've got a strong breeze, so we should have a reasonable speed off of our various machinery. Near gale should definitely have plenty of speed off our machinery. So yeah, we should be in a position. There are so many wolves out there, their howls are kind of merging into one now. That's not disconcerting at all. Honestly, it's not. We'll take that with me. We're going to head up the stairs and go and get that underway. We're also going to have to look at the crushed ilmenite at some as well, and the gold, but we will start off here with Of course it's not blocks, is it? I knew that. No, clearly didn't. Got so much of the other bits and pieces. Uranium, phosphate, quartz, malachite, granite. Oh, I've got some powder. Yeah, might be enough actually, but we'll go and put this away. You do it with granite stones, don't you? Of course you do. I knew that. Honest, I did. Obviously I did, because I've already got some. Let's just put about half of that bag, maybe, and then we'll just go and crush that a lot. And then we need to also grind the... Right, now try it. Oh, it's still got... Yeah, I think I might have a slight storage problem somewhere on the line here. I should have. Have we got any ilmenite? Olivine, fluorite, ultramarine, rusty metal, ilmenite, yes we have. So that's fine, we're going to need that later. That's finished. Two lots of 64. Let's do this first. Takes no time, so you know. It's no bother. It's really no bother. Shame it doesn't double. That's a pain. I wonder if they fixed that in 1.19. That cooking glitch bug thing. I mean, it would be rather nice if they had, but I'll be honest, I don't know. And if they haven't, is there a mod that fixes it? Is anybody aware of a mod that does that? I think I looked a while ago and I couldn't find anything. But you know, that doesn't actually mean anything. It just means I couldn't find anything. I am just gonna. It's not littering, it despawns. Now that does double, so, but that's the one that we've got plenty of. I mean, this is going to go 4 batches basically. So do I do all that, or do I do some different colours? It's a good question. I don't know the answer, but it's a good question. Okay, and there you go. Let's turn you off. Right, let's just go and have a look, see whether I've got any other colours that I can work with before I commit wholly to lilac. And I don't have an issue committing wholly to lilac. I like lilac, it's a good colour, but I do have yellow as well, which I believe I can make into... I thought there was a porcelain from yellow, is there not? Pink, I don't think has a porcelain, it doesn't. Fairly certain orange doesn't have a porcelain. Light, wood, green, I think green has a porcelain, doesn't it? Yes. Mint. Blue, I don't have any, so we could do some green. So we have got bone ash and that, and I can go with the white and that will give me 1, 2. But I can also go 1, 2. Because I'm an idiot, I'd make 3 of that one. Doesn't matter, we'll live. This can go into storage up there. There's got lime, powder quartz, more lime. Problem is I'm making a great many different powders and things, and it's confusing because they all look very similar. You know, the powders, you know. How different do you want a powder to look? And yeah, all that good stuff right there. So you go up there, you go up there, you go up there. Now, let's have a look. What am I going to make with this porcelain? Now, the obvious thing to make with porcelain is porcelain crocks, because they store 6. But there's also a teapot, there's a pot, there's a sugar bowl. Now, I'm fairly certain this has, I mean, that's decorative, that can do liquids. That's a small cup for drinking, and I am very tempted to do that just because I'm going to have to do a teapot, aren't I? And I think I am going to have to do 4 teacups, which I presume some of those are going to duck out, and then I think we'll do some crocks, because crocks are the valuable thing. 6 meals instead of 4, useful. Okay, 1, 2. So I'm assuming there's one of these squares we don't need to delete. At least doing it, and this is the key, if you do it manually like this, you get your voxels back. So, but this, excuse the vehicle being obnoxious. This floor is actually not the best to make pottery things on. But that's fine. I mean, I've still got quite a bit of clay here, it's going a long way. There's my teapot, right, and teacups. And then we'll experiment with some more bits and pieces. We're not going to, I mean, I'm going to try and make the gold glaze today, but I suspect that I'm not going to be in a position to actually cook them, because it takes forever. But that's fine. Wow, they're big teacups, aren't they? I suppose you need the proper little loop just to get your pinky in. Otherwise, how can you hold your teacup properly? So that and that. Let's go and get those in, and then we can start looking at some other. I don't think. Oh no, you can get that in with. Right, so I can definitely put more than. Things. So what do I want to do? Porcelain bowl holds more liquid and food than crude bowls. We've got the porcelain planters and porcelain. What do I want to do lots of? Let's do those. Again, I'm doing this manually because you get clay back. If you use the auto function, you don't. And because this clay was bloody expensive to make and took a long time of faffing around, then I'm going to get, I think, oops, hello. If I use the auto function to place the blocks, it doesn't matter, because it's only if I'm using it to destroy or take away that you don't get the voxels back. So I could use the auto function, providing, and if I do this for example, I mean that just makes sense to do that because it's just so much quicker. and then fill it in like that, that's fine, and then fill those in like that, and that's another 4. So I am going to continue making things to fill this. We'll get these fired and we'll see what we get. Be back in a moment. Alright, that's cooking. So let's have a look at this gold. Oops, that's not looking at the gold frit. Let's have a look at the gold frit. So lime, no problem. Quartz, no problem. Borax, no problem. It's the powdered gold. So we're going to have to grind gold. So we're going to crush gold. Is made by crushing a gold ingot, gold bits, or thing. I don't know how much I need. So let me just have a look at the frit again. 4, so 16. 16 times that will be 64, won't it? And that grinds into that, which you mix 1 to 1. 64, so I need 16. Now the question is, let's just zoom up there. I mean, I've got a reasonable amount. My suspicion is that this turns into 1 crushed gold. And that needs to be ground into that. That will give me double. So I suppose it's not that expensive, is it? But it is gold. So you know, it's not cheap. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. And we're going to combine you with the same amount of ilmenite. And then lime, the same amount. Borax, the same amount. So we've got that, that, and that, plus that, plus then powdered quartz, double. That's far right. I know I've got powdered quartz somewhere. Got crushed quartz. There we go, powdered quartz. Lovely. So if we put that through, then I should get 2 lots of 64 frit. Now, I need to bake that. This is the same problem we have had before. Just eat a bun and we'll stick 64 in there, and we'll stick 64 in there. Oh, there's a little bit of baked frit there, so you can see how long it is since I last used this. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick that in there, and we are going to go and stick you in there, and I'm going to grab that and put you in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till this gets up to temperature, which the temperature for that is 950 when it starts going, and then we're going to drag it out and we're going to put it into both, and that will double the speed. And if we had 4, we could quadruple the speed, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this will give you an idea of the process of making frit. It's not trivial, which is interesting. So the comment about some of the pottery I did when I did the initial stall was that they were surprised when I only sold them for 10, and that would be the small items, of course, and not the big ones, but they were more anyway. But yeah, or maybe they were cheap, I don't know, but obviously we've got to sell some stuff, and we are going to go up and check on the stall before the end, because I do know there are a few sales in there. But yeah, we'll get this processed and I'll be back with you. Alright, I'm only going to do one stack. I only need 64 after all. So this is almost there. In fact, I think I can probably just let that run on its own. That one maybe not. I bet I can. So there's 32. There's 64. There is that, and then we need to grind that. Okay, doing the usual thing, and it is just 1 for 1, so we're not going to get any more out of it. But if we look at that, that will dilute down. We can do milky or clear, and that will do like with a clear glazing base, and that. Now we can then do a glazed bowl. I don't think I can actually put a pattern on a glazed bowl on the bowls though. Let me just go back. We can do a mug. We can obviously do a flower pot. We can do a planter. Now a planter uses 12 litres, so that's excessive. That uses 1 litre, but I'm going to guess that I can't put a pattern on them. I can't. And that uses 6 litres, and that uses 3 litres. So I think we should be doing bowls, because not a nice bowl to eat your snap out of is always welcome. And I think so. Now, I need to mix you into that. That needs to go into clear glazing base. That's clay plus powdered quartz. Didn't I have some somewhere? I'm fairly certain I've probably got some down in the hooferator as well, but there you go. I'll take that. That should do the trick. And let's zoom in here. That may be finished, I don't know. I've certainly been going long enough. Nope, still cooking. So, right, I need not those. I need an empty barrel, but I should have one somewhere, like there perhaps. And I need. I need more buckets, and that's what I bloody well need. I need to just have lots of buckets laying around. So, using you to make clear glazing base, and that is done with clay slurry, so I need 50 clay. Boop. Boop. So that's your clay slurry, and then clear glaze base, and I think it's just 1 to 1, so if I take 2 days of sealing, in it goes. So that will be gold glaze, a clear gold glaze, not a milky gold glaze. Need to be specific there because things. Let me just, because I don't have oh, that can go in there as well for now, and we should probably put the purple frit in there. I don't think I've got 45 litres of clear purple glazing. What other glaze did I make? Did I? 2 litres of that. 32 litres of clear brown. That's what you used to do the patterns. So we're waiting now. Because I'm waiting on that, I'm waiting on that. So let us see what comes out first. Back in a mo. Okay, the glaze is still going, so we'll get on that another episode. Maybe not that next episode, we'll see. But we have got now the spoils of our porcelain efforts, and I am going to have to industrialise doing the bone meal, I think, because, I mean, oh wow, they don't stack. Good grief. So we've got porcelain crocks, we've got those, we've got the teapot, so I need, oh man, I need to get my box out so I can start. Let me put this all out of the way, and then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is going to be a pain to put in the shop then, isn't it? Well, let's go and, speaking of the shop, let's round this off by going and having a look at what we've made. I know Punk bought some flower pots, and he also bought some vessels for his stable, because I saw that in his previous episode. So, and hopefully myself, Gran and Punk should be getting together for some adventuring. I set up a couple of surface teleports to take us out, just beacons have flown out there, because obviously Punk doesn't use the flight, which is his choice, and I'm not judging. But it does mean that, you know, I've got a whole load. I mean, if you look at the bottom of my mini map, all of those green ruins are ruins that are there to be searched, to be oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? To be done with, you know, to be exploited even. Right, I would like to put in here purple crocs, but they are not stacking, so the maximum I can put in there is going to be 9. And I will stick in the green crocs. 3. And we can go in with the purple crocs again. I'll stick 1 on display. Or not, maybe not actually. So we've got a couple of those left over. I mean, we could come in here, but I've only got 1. So you know, it's we'll sell all 4 together. It's just one set of things, isn't it? And then the sugar bowl. But there's only 1 of each of those. And then we can also put in... Actually, no, they're mine. Keeping them. Yeah. You can't have those. They're mine. And then we just need to set some prices. So... I mean, we set these at 10, we set those at 25, which is probably well under, but let's go in here and set this. I'm going to do those at 20. Let's do those at 20. There's only 1 of each as well, so once they're gone, they're gone. That is the pottery barn. 20. 20, and I'm going to do, oh, no, that one's 20. Let's just do the whole lot. 80 for the dinner service. There you go. And you can have a proper little tea party. I don't know. Is that a fair price? No idea. And then the crocs, I think we'll do at a similar price for now. So that is everything that we've got added to sell, and let's go and have a look at my till and see. Oh, 150, nice. Takes me back up to, I'll get myself close to the 1,000 mark again, so that's all nice. But yeah, I mean, that's it. We have a tea part. We have a tea set. So porcelain is officially in. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, if I like it. I mean, it's. A little bit wishy-washy, if I'm being brutally honest. Well, there you go. But yeah, it's a thing, isn't it? And it's in the bank, so that's all good. I've got a few spare pieces of the porcelain for that. So yeah, that's the thing. We'll try with the gold things. This, if you didn't see Punk's thing, he has actually done Ye Olde Stable now, which he's got 2 stalls for osses, 1 in here, and he's got an oss in there. I don't know I don't know which horse that is. Might not be. Don't think that's been named. I don't think that's one of his horses. I think it's just an horse that someone's captured and put in there. But yeah, Punk, he does some nice, really nice stuff. And I did spot that these are all chalk sand, because they're actually Perth wall, and he had to chisel this side to make it look like this. So yeah, but we have got a car park, a horse park now, which is handy. But I think on that note, we're going to call this one a day. As I say, we are going to try and do some collaboration with Punk and Grant on some ruin raidings, and there's a possibility that myself and Punk will be collaborating on building the pub. Because if you're going to build a pub, who better than a Australian stroke Kiwi? Yeah, Punky is actually a Kiwi, but he lives in Australia, so, just to confuse things. But anyway, that should be good, because it's one of my favourite accents in the world, is the Australian accent. Just totally laid back. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.